Hello, everyone who has hopped on this morning. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. I'm going to record now and we'll just get started. Let's see if I can switch myself to, am I the one that's in the view? Oh, okay, now I'm in view. Okay. Hi, everybody, and good morning. I am actually coming to you live from the White Mountains. Do you see Mount Washington back there? Isn't it beautiful? Just kidding. We're sitting in fog, but we're up in Bretton Woods for the weekend. And this is the beauty of Arbonne, right? Like I'm babysitting 3 girls, and my husband, my 3 girls, and my dog are all still sleeping up in the hotel room. So I came downstairs to use their conference room, and I asked them to use it, and they're like, oh, all the Storyland trainers are actually doing a conference in there this morning. I'm like, what? So I put myself outside. Luckily, it's like 45 degrees, so we're surviving. But that's why I'm sitting out on this weird deck, if you're wondering why I'm outside. So anyway, I'm super excited. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Becca McKernan. I'm a National Vice President with Arbonne, and co-hosting today, Jessie, give a wave, is my Regional Vice President, Jessie, sitting there in her maroon jacket there. So we'll kind of go back and forth. It's more fun to hear from 2 people and not just me blab for the next few minutes. So the purpose of this call is to welcome all of you to Arbonne. I am so excited that you hopped on this morning and that you want to learn a little bit more about kind of next step, kind of what's going on in the world. And also probably like, I don't know, it'd be fun if you guys commented in the section, like how long you've been in Arbonne. Did you join May 1st? Did you join April 1st? Did you join 6 months ago? And you're like, I probably should figure out what everyone's been learning about. Whatever it is, it's fun to kind of get to know you guys. But what Jessie and I are just going to go back and forth with is just sort of what I teach and train all of my new teammates, kind of the little to-do list that's helped all of us. And as you listen through this, just remember that we are not here to give you homework or anything like that. It is basically just to help you launch your business and give you the tools to kind of set you up for success. So if you're sitting here on this call and you're like, I can't believe that I did this crazy leap and decided to become a consultant, or maybe you have an unsupportive spouse, or maybe you have 6 million things going on and this is your 6 millionth and one thing that you have decided to do. But I want to tell you guys, you're in the right spot. I always say Arbonne finds the right people at the right time. And my tip to you, I've now been in Arbonne, next month will be 5 years, is to just lean in and enjoy this process and listen and be coachable to your upline. All of us have stories who have been in Arbonne for a while about taking time and not listening to our uplines and what that did to our business, and then finally being, okay, what she's saying is right, I probably should listen, and then growing really fast. So if I could tell you guys all one thing, it's lean in and listen and just enjoy this ride. And my big thing in Arbonne too is vision. I remember when I first launched my business, I remember sitting on the back porch of my parents' house in Florida, and I started to dream again about what my life could be like with Arbonne as my vehicle. And I say all the time, selling lipstick, selling protein powder does not have to be your passion. Your passion doesn't have to be phytosport or phys sticks, although I'm pretty sure all of our passions become phys sticks. But the point is, you can take your passions that you already have and use Arbonne as your vehicle to help you succeed with those things. So if something's sitting on your heart that you've been wanting to do for a long time, whether it's quit your job, start a different job, start a nonprofit, travel more, whatever it is, let Arbonne be the vehicle. And I can't emphasize that enough. Arbonne doesn't have to be the crazy passionate thing, although all of us will admit that we're a little bit obsessed after doing it for a while. But keep your obsessions in the forefront, the things you already loved about your life before Arbonne, and let Arbonne help you get there. So Jessie's going to hop on really quick and start with some tips and things like that to help get you started. So Jessie, hop on. You can introduce yourself. I'll mute.
Hi guys. So Becca said already that I'm Regional Vice President Jessie Perry. I'm so excited for you guys that you decided to jump on and do this business. Just a couple tips for you getting your business started. The number one tip is have fun and enjoy the ride while you're doing it. I know it can be overwhelming, especially when you hear and all these things that you have to do when you start up. We're so excited for you to jump in. So we're like, this is what you have to do because we want you to be where we're at right now. But just enjoy the journey and go with it. Your upline is going to be with you every step of the way. And if you're on this team, you probably have like a series of uplines. So it's totally okay and totally acceptable for you to reach out to, whoever, if you're not getting an answer, if your direct upline is like busy or they don't have the answer, which is totally okay. It's okay to reach out to anybody because we're here to help you. We want you to succeed. This business is not about us. It's about all of you guys and, for us. And, the only thing that you really have to do is just make the commitment to make this business work, and you're going to get what you put in. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. So it's worth it. You know, it is so completely worth it. When I first started, you know, I had no idea what I was getting into. I had no idea what, you know, I had to do or what I was going to do, but I just jumped in with 2 feet. You know, I said, what do I have to do? And Becca told me what I had to do. Excuse me. And, you know, you just jump in with 2 feet and you get the stuff done. And it's, you know, a lot of work at first, I think, but when, you know, you get out of it what you put into it, it's just so worth it. So there's a couple tools that we give you when you first start. I'm not sure if your upline had tagged you in it or not, but in each nation page, Becca's Nation, Amy's Nation, whoever nation you're in, they have a s'more link. If you type at the top of that Facebook page, you know, s'more, it comes up with the new Hazelton McKernan Nation s'more page. And that page is so great for you. Amy and Becca did a nice video to get you started, and it has just tons of tips. It has verbiage, it has calls and books and all this stuff that you can look at, which is really going to help you. You really, you know, when you're doing this business, have to be a product of the product and start using the products right away, so that when people ask how you like a product or, you know, information about a product, you know what to say because you've used it and you've completely fell in love with it as well. It's, you know, really important for you to start earning the products and using them. So s'more is the word. Yes, s'more. Like, you know, bonfire, you know, campfire s'more. Just when, you know, when you get started, it says it on, you know, on the s'more page, but you really want to know your why. So why are you doing this business? You must have signed up for some reason. If it's just for the discount on their products because you love the products, you know, why do you love the product so much, and, you know, how they're working for you. But really, if you're doing this business for the business, you have a why. You maybe want to do it so you can stay home with your kids, or you want to do it so you can quit your job that you hate, or, you know, cut down your hours, which I really wanted to do. Or there's so many reasons why this business is so amazing for people and works for people and completely changes people's lives. And, you know, it's completely changed mine. Save some money and make some extra money. So you want to write down your why and look at it constantly. You know, look at it every day, why you're doing this business, because it's going to make you want to work so hard, and it's going to make you not want to quit. My dog's barking. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. I'm not sure why. And then your 100-person list when you first get started. So 100 people that you know, and it may sound hard to do 100 people. But if you think about your direct people that you know, your direct family and friends, and then you think about their family and friends and new people that you get out of that. So I put down like my best friend, and then I put down her mom and her sister. That's 3 people, you know, like without even thinking. So write down your 100-person list and start reaching out to them. And again, that tool, that s'more page tool, comes in handy because it gives you great verbiage. And then your dream team. So who do you want to do this business with? It is so much more fun when you find somebody getting started with this business that you want to do it with. It's so much fun, and I feel so much easier to get started with somebody else because you can lean on the other person for maybe some like encouragement or accountability. You know, it's so great. And your upline will do a call with you, so it's like you don't even have to do any work. You know, you just have to ask them to go on a call, or ask them, you know, say hey, or bribe them. Bribing works for everybody. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my paper over here. So make sure that you're getting to the meetings and hopping on the every Monday call. So meetings first Monday of every month, and then the call is at 8:30 every other Monday of the month. And it's so great because we have amazing trainers. The meetings you get to bring people to, and they get to experience the culture and hear more about Arbonne, and because we do a great Discover Arbonne. And, you know, just think about it. Not everyone who goes to the meeting has a Mercedes, but everybody who has a Mercedes goes to the meeting. So you really want to show up and do the do. And so worth it.
Woo!
So
All right, awesome. So I love that. So what Jesse kind of went over is sort of like, you started your business. What are you going to do first? Kind of like that, like homework, but not homework, because all of us who have come before you have done this. We've made our 100-person list. We've panicked because we didn't know 100 people. We thought about who we'd invite to our wedding and we wrote down a list. But like Jesse said, one person can spiral into like 5 to 10 people. So think that way. You're thinking of who you want on your team. It doesn't mean that they're going to join your team in 5 seconds, but it's really nice to start out with a group of people who you think would be amazing at the business, and we'll start to help with verbiage of how to reach out to those people. Coming to the meeting, staying plugged in, all that stuff. So now I'm going to give you, I don't know, maybe 5. I'm literally looking at notes from my phone. See, anyone can do this business. We wrote down the things that we think are helpful. Probably like 5 things that I want you guys to focus on now this month going forward, how we can become strong district managers starting out the gate. First thing is what we call our 40 faces sheet, and we can post this. But again, if you learn where that search bar is within your nation page, and just, I didn't clarify this, but I am a national vice president. My upline might be your national vice president, Amy Hazelton. So we do a lot of things together because I am one of the national vice presidents in her success line, if that makes sense. So you might be tagged more to her stuff. Some people might be more to mine, but you can find this 40 faces sheet. It's really helpful. It literally has like, the title, 40 faces, and then like little circles with 40 circles. And the point is that you're sort of starting to track how many people you talk to about Arbonne. You might do that in one night if you have a big facial party. And you had 40 people, bravo. Or you might be more of a coffee shop kind of person where you meet up with a couple people here, a couple people there. You bump into someone at Francesca's and you start talking to them about Arbonne. There's another person. The idea is, as you grow your business, it's great to get in front of 40 different faces every month. Now, I don't want you to panic about that, because just if you don't do that one month, it doesn't mean you can't succeed. I have not done it every month, and I'm a national vice president, but it's going to start to track and help you see at the end of your month if you're like, oh, I had a bad month. I'm going to be like, pull out that sheet. How many faces did you get in front of? And if it was 2, well, then we kind of know where the gap is. So search that 40 faces sheet, and it's really great to print out at the beginning of every month. Even make like a plan of who you're going to be in front of, and then kind of see how it ends up being throughout the month. With that being said, so that's one, your 40 faces sheet. Second one, you guys, is social media. Kind of a 2-pronged thing. One is start to find some people, maybe in your uplines, in their friend circle, of people you can start to follow. If you don't have an Instagram, create an Instagram. It might be out of your comfort zone, but I'm going to tell you, Arbonne is about getting out of your comfort zone. So making an Instagram account and start following some other national vice presidents. This goes back to like that vision casting. I've started following some national vice presidents, and I remember the first one who, she retired her husband, and I was like, dang, that's cool. Another one was able to leave her job and stay home with her girl. She goes to like have lunch with them at school twice a week. Another one gets to work out every morning and doesn't have to go to her job. Or, before that, I earned the trip to Maui, which you do as a national vice president. I was watching the other NVPs earn the trip to Maui and go, and it kept reminding me, okay, this is what I'm working towards. So get on social media, start following some people that will help build your vision, but also start using social media to your advantage. It doesn't have to be a scary thing. It doesn't have to be something that, you have to bug people about. Social media is a great tool to use to show how Arbonne incorporates into your life. People ask me all the time, should I make my own Arbonne Facebook page? I personally don't, because I think we have this awesome business that incorporates into your life. I'm drinking fizz on the go. I'm making my protein shakes. I'm drinking a Phytosport, climbing a mountain, whatever it is. I'm on a trip with my Arbonne friends because of my Arbonne paycheck. So instead of distinguishing it as a business, which it is, but a business page and a personal page, I blend it so it's people see my life with Arbonne. And if you haven't already, make a starting post. Right now, I saw that Kayla joined April 22nd. She's brand new. Make a post on social media about your crazy new journey that you're on. Oh my goodness, I just started this thing with Arbonne. Or maybe you're like, I'm going gluten and dairy free for 30 days. Pray for me. And then people will be like, what the heck is she doing? And start some interaction. But I can tell you from experience, being in it 5 years, a year, 2 year, 3 years into my business, people reach out to me on social media saying, Becca, I've been watching your journey on social media, because maybe that's the only way they know me. Tell me what you're doing. It looks like fun. I have had so many people come out of the woodwork, especially if you're sitting on this call going, I don't know many people, get on social media. So many people, friends from high school, their moms follow me, and all of a sudden they're my best client. You just don't know who's out there watching. And people watch to see you succeed or to fail. So prove them wrong and succeed and have so much fun, because Arbonne is such a unique thing. We have so much more fun than I feel like other companies. We're always doing trips. We plan things every single month to get you excited and engaged in our business. So use that on social social media. It's super helpful. So that's tip number 2. Number 3, I want to talk to you guys about, let me see. Is having a couple of launch parties. If you're new to this business and you want to get going, let's say you joined May 1st. Okay, I see Anna joined May 1st. Schedule at least 2 in-home launch parties. Now, this might sound crazy or hard. Maybe someone lives in Alaska and their upline can't be with them. You can still do launch parties in your home. I have Zoomed in like right now. So let's say you're going to have a party in your living room. I'm your upline. I'm doing all the work at the beginning. Don't freak out. You're not going to have to do a presentation this month. But I'm going to hop on with my energy. And, if I have my products over here, if you have some because you started your business with products, then you're going to have them in your living room. And I'm going to do all the talking. I'm going to field questions from you, whatever it is, but do it in home and have your friends there. That is so super helpful. When I started my business, I launched 2 separate events, and they were just back-to-back weekends, or one was a Wednesday and one was a Sunday. And it's helpful to have 2 events, because then if someone can't make one, they can make another. And that's when I usually say do one on a weeknight and one on a weekend, because you're going to have the weekend people and you're going to have the weeknight people who would rather be out, avoiding their kids on a Tuesday night. And then you're going to have some who have more time on the weekend, right? So whatever it is, but that it's helpful to have 2 to give people options. And I did one that was like family and friends, and then I did work friends. And they don't have to separate it that way. That's just how it kind of fell. But again, why do we do launches? To get more people in front of you earlier. So when they're out and about and they hear a need, maybe they're like, oh, my friend Kayla just started her Arbonne business. Talk to her because she has these energy fizz sticks, and I tried them at her party and I'm in love. So the more of your, what we call warm market, which are the people who who are like in your circle, the more that they understand what you're doing and the more supportive they are from the beginning, the more successful you're going to be. It's just helpful. And honestly, from my first launch party, when my mom came, my aunt, my godmother, they're still obsessed with the products ordering 5 years later. And I didn't even do the work that night. Amy came over, did the whole presentation. I just sat there and smiled, and I told everyone why I joined. And then I have had those clients. They're going to be my lifelong clients because they came to that party. And part of it too is helping to maybe potentially help you grow your business. Let's say you tell me ahead of time, Becca, I have 2 of my best friends are coming. They'd be amazing at this business. Can we talk about the business with them after? And I incorporate business into my presentation. But if you tell me there's a couple people, maybe we kind of pull them aside and chat about the business that we've been thinking of you or something like that. So it's just helpful to have those parties to really kickstart your business. And when I tell people and they're like, why do I have to do that? I'm like, well, think about if you're opening a restaurant. Don't you do a warm, a soft opening, or a hotel, a soft opening where you invite your family and friends and you kind of test out how your restaurant's going to run, or like a hotel, you give a discount and, people come and kind of test it out. Tell that to people. Say, I'm just having a warm opening for my business and I want to invite you because I know that you'd be supportive. Would you come? And then you come, and then, we say this is our first time doing it. And then people are understanding that it's going to be a little bit rocky as far as what about Arbonne because you're brand new. And that's where your upline comes in, and we're there to help you and kind of guide you through the whole process, if that makes sense. And then I don't know what I said. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the next thing, you guys, is, I know I can't count, is working on your building brick. Now, when you hear brick in Arbonne, I want you to think 2,500 in volume every single month from here on out. And that might sound like a crazy number because maybe you've so far sold 1 mascara and you're like, I have 36 QV in my, how do I get there? But the point being, and I love to say this too, it's 2,500 new people coming into your business and what you do every single month. And what I mean by that is my objective number 5 is to sponsor 1 person into your business this month. So as Jesse was saying, making that dream team, think about 1 person who would join your team this month, and let's start talking to them, because what I want your goal to be here on out is to do 2,500 in sales every month with a new person you bring on. So maybe you do 1,500 and they do 1,000 or something like that. You're helping them get to district manager qual. But that's really what we call our building blocks. So when you hear people saying what's a brick mean? It's just what we think and what Arbonne has proven to show, that if you're doing that 2,500 in sales, and that's selling 8 fit kits. So if you've heard of a fit kit, let's say we have a party and we sell 3 in one party, bam, that's 3 in one night. You're getting closer to your QV. That's sort of what we do every single month to help you stay on track. And that means you're having a good growing business. And some people who have done it before, they're like, oh, 2,500 is a piece of cake, because it is. I've had people do 10,000 in 1 month by themselves because they're just going crazy with parties. So I don't want you to think of that as big. I want you to think of that as just a maintainable goal every single month. Now, for you guys who are just starting, you're going to hear something called district manager qualification. And that's doing 1,000 in volume to get you into qualification. But I want to challenge all of you guys to do 2,500 this month, because doing 2,500 3 months in a row makes you a district manager. So you can do 1,000 this month, but then you have to do 2,500 next month and 3,500 the next month to kind of finish, which you can do. That's how I did it. But see what you're capable of. Make your vision bigger than what you had before. Say, okay, if I had 2 people join my team this month and they each did 1,000, then I could, if I did my 2, whatever it is, start thinking bigger, you guys, because I'm guessing whatever pushed you to join this business is sitting there and waiting for you. So, if you can go a little bit faster, go. It's awesome and we'll have fun with it. But I can't tell you guys, it took me 6 months to sponsor my first business builder. So if you're sitting here and you're like, holy cow, this girl's on fire, she's crazy. No, I was that person who Amy sponsored and she's like, oh God, this girl has no friends. She can't do anything right. So, don't ever compare yourself to anyone else's journey. What I have done now, 5 years down the road, is look back and say, how have I helped people become successful? It's painting the vision big. It's helping them go big out of the gate. And that way you have way more fun than sitting around for 6 months going, what am I going to do? All right. So Jesse's going to talk to you guys a little bit more and then we'll close out this call.
So really the last thing, and the thing that I loved when I first joined is Arbonne has like a certain etiquette that we follow. And it's basically just to refer back. So if it's so exciting for people to reach out to you or to want to order, or like at a party, people are like, oh yeah, I've heard of Arbonne before. I have this. And you're like, oh really? Like, how do you have that? And they want to order with you because of the party, but you really should be referring back to the consultant that they signed up with, because when in our businesses, we would want that. So we would want somebody, if they went to a party and they, wanted to become a client of theirs because they want to support the host, but we wouldn't like that if somebody just ditched us, went with another consultant. So really refer back and make sure you're asking, if somebody sounds like they've heard about Arbonne before, ask like, have you talked to somebody about this? Because you know a lot more than what you typically would, when you're first hearing about it. So refer back, always, ask questions. I know it's so exciting when you're first getting started to get these new orders and get these reach outs and for people to respond, but just make sure you're following our certain Arbonne etiquette. Really is like the last tip that I have for you.
Perfect. And that's huge, guys. I have heard over and over again, people say that Arbonne has a different kind of culture than other teams. And that's one of them, because you're going to find that as you grow your business. And let me tell you, there are plenty of clients for you guys to find. But one thing that really stands out over the years is that I have always, when I hear someone say, oh, I've tried that, I'm saying, oh, who have you tried it with? They tell me, I'm like, go talk to them. They're going to love to hear that you're still interested. How good would that feel if that happened to you? Someone sent you a message like, I was going to order from someone, but because we talked before, I want to talk to you about it. That's just such a good feeling. And if you guys just build your businesses with that, with integrity and honesty and all that stuff, like it's going to go crazy. So right now, as you're thinking, you're like, oh, that person said, just always ask and refer back, because it feels so good to send someone back. I mean, not in the sense that you don't get their sale, but in the sense that you're doing the right thing. So I always tell new consultants about our culture in that way, because we've been around for like 40 years. And it's because of that. It's because of our culture. It's because we're all like existing to support and build on other people. And let me just tell you, when like light emanates from you and energy, you're going to find the right people. The right people are going to come into your business. So, it's a great thing to kind of talk about and to share when you guys build your teams, to tell other people about that. Just refer back, send people back to their consultants, because someone else out in the world has done a ton of work with them and you want to, let them have that business, if that makes sense. So I'm going to end that here, you guys. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. We just want to welcome you and just like give you a big virtual hug and welcome you to this amazing team. Yes, thanks, Jess. And just know that you guys are literally capable of anything. I have seen this business change lives, not only the financial. I've helped, not I've helped, but our business, people on my team have gotten out of toxic relationships because all of a sudden they're hanging out with more fun, positive people, realizing that they were made for more. They were made to do something bigger than, be in a bad relationship. So even from that, people have, come off of antidepressants because of the positivity in Arbonne. So just know that when you're in Arbonne, you are offering a gift bigger than financial freedom. And that's a huge gift on its own, but you can offer someone a cool whole fun tribe of people who are going to support you. We've helped people in the past. A family member has become ill with cancer, and we've helped raise money. We've done fundraisers. We've paid for mortgages, all of this stuff because we've had the financial ability, the time freedom, and just the time really in general to be able to help people. So just know that what you are building and what you are doing is huge, and you can absolutely change the world with this business. So it was so nice to meet you guys this morning. I'm excited so many of you hopped on. I'm going to end this because I'm going to go talk to my new district managers. But thank you guys. And if you have any questions, I'm on Amy's page too, so you can find me, Becca McKernan, and so is Jesse. So feel free to reach out with any questions. But I hope you guys all have an awesome day, and thank you guys for hopping on. Bye, guys.